While others talk theory from their studios, I take you into the field to show you real deals, real investors, and real results. This is not classroom real estate. This is the unfiltered, boots on the ground playbook of the pros. Hi guys, my name is Brian Tripp. I live in Birmingham, Alabama, but I travel all across the country to bring you in-person interviews and property walkthroughs of professional real estate entrepreneurs. I'm so glad you're along for the ride, so let's get into today's show. What's up, everybody? We are in Clinton, Mississippi. We're just outside of Jackson, Mississippi with Tyrone Haggard.
Yes.
We're going to do a little property walkthrough of a house over here in Clinton. We're also going to look at some houses, I think, in Jackson and just kind of in this general area. And Tyrone, I'd love to just kind of start right here. I know you're from here. You live here. Mm-hmm. I want to know about this area. Okay. Can you tell me, let's start out with Jackson, Mississippi as a whole.
Yes.
How would you describe Jackson from a real estate investing standpoint?
So Jackson is the major metropolitan hub. It's kind of like the same as Birmingham in your area. And then you have the towns surrounding Birmingham, like Trussville, like, Hoover and all of that. So Jackson is equivalent to your Birmingham and Clinton is your Trussville. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that if you want to put Clinton in the mindset of what is it like in your area, Clinton is a Trussville. Clinton is a very, very nice, solid community, A-rated school district, very good city government, good city leadership. They focus on having good police, which safe city. A lot of people want to move into Clinton for the school districts and also for the availability of housing that's still somewhat affordable right now. Yeah.
So if I'm either getting started in real estate or maybe I'm coming in from out of town and I've got money I want to deploy into real estate and I want to specifically invest in Jackson. When I think of Jackson, I think it's more of kind of like a rental market. And I know you can flip here, you're doing retail stuff. This is obviously a retail flip. But I think more along the lines from a national standpoint, this is a place where people can go and get cash flow. Am I wrong in thinking that?
You are correct. They can get cash flow, but I think the stigma surrounding the city of Jackson is totally wrong. Okay. Jackson is thriving. Jackson is a great city. There are, of course, good and bad neighborhoods in every city, but there are more good neighborhoods in the city of Jackson than there are bad neighborhoods. And a lot of us are still doing some very good retail deals in the city of Jackson, mostly northeast Jackson. And we're doing some in South Jackson. I'm going to take you to one in South Jackson, but the rental market is good for Jackson because you can buy a lot of houses cheap and put renters in them, but that is only in specific areas of the city of Jackson, which is, I'm sure it's the same way in the Birmingham area.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But from your vantage point, you're more of a rehabber. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair to say. I transform communities. I'm not the guy that really comes in to just try to buy a house and do the very bare minimum to it and then put a renter in it. I'm more of the guy that takes a street like this that's great in a great neighborhood, and I want to get every house on the street and transform it to make it as much like new construction as possible and make it affordable for a homeowner to come in and have a pride of ownership instead of a renter coming in. I bought this house from a tired landlord.
Okay.
And so
this one was rented.
Yes.
And would you consider Clinton to be a retail area?
Clinton is more of a retail area, but it has been becoming a rental area over the last few years, of which guys like me are trying to prevent that from happening because, as you know, a lot of rentals will sometimes lower the property values.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to keep as many properties in the city of Clinton occupied by homeowners.
For sure.
Instead of, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of amazing rentals in Clinton, but there are some that, aren't so good.
And I'm sure what's going on in kind of the greater Jackson area, I'm sure what's going on is just like in Birmingham, where these hedge funds came and they're still in and they're buying a lot. They're trying to scoop up as much as they can. I don't know if they're still here. I'd love you kind of just talk to that. Like, what have the hedge funds done to the city of Jackson? When I think of the city of Jackson, I'm thinking the whole metropolitan area.
In the Jackson metro area, the hedge funds came in very heavily around the time of COVID. And they were just buying up multiple houses at a time, no appraisals, no contingencies, and not even putting renters in them, just parking their cash and allowing the houses to just still sit there and become deteriorated. So that created a problem that took, of course, a lot of the inventory that we as investors would have had to be able to come in and fix up and either flip it or turn it into renters. But they would come in and they bought a lot. I mean, when I say a lot, they bought up a lot of things. However, in places like Clinton, there were a group of investors and some realtors that helped us kind of keep them from coming in and completely taking over in cities like Clinton. But in Jackson, they pretty much had free reign, and investors were helping them. Several of my buddies would have 10 houses that they would have, and they would sell them to hedge funds as a package deal, 10, 15 houses at a time.
It's hard to balance what you kind of know is right deep down versus all them dollar signs. Sometimes it's hard to balance that.
And so now the hedge funds are pretty much kind of getting out of the area, but what they have is a whole bunch of houses that they've paid too much money for, and now they're trying to dump them to investors for way too much money.
So you got to kind of wait and see what happens with that if they keep coming down with those prices.
Yeah, the prices aren't really.
So give me, do we know the median kind of house price in kind of the greater Jackson area?
Yeah, we're looking at about $235 to $250 is typically that median, home price. When you take into consideration Rankin County and Madison County, which is like, say, Madison and Brandon, the home prices are significantly higher than Hinds County. And now you're talking into the threes versus a $250. But I would say a realistic median home price per capita and based on the income amount of the people in central Mississippi, anywhere from the 230 to 275 range.
Now, and I think when most people think of Mississippi, they probably have kind of similar thoughts as what they think of Alabama. It's one of the poor states in the union. You're talking about 49th, 50th in a lot of categories. But is that median house price number that you just listed, is that affordable for Mississippi, for central Mississippi?
To be honest, these are the same houses prior to COVID that I used to sell for $189, $199, and now $250 is the bare minimum. So I think that most of the eligible buyers in my area have been priced out of homes that they can afford due to two things. Number one, the price, and then number two, interest rates being high. That's been the challenge that I've been facing, trying to put the price of a house right, good enough for somebody to afford. But mostly in central Mississippi, home prices that are north of $275 are out of reach for most home buyers, like school teachers, like police officers, firefighters, and things like that. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Is there, and I know that you mentioned a second ago you like to transform neighborhoods. You told me before we even started that you did this literally right across the street here. You did a flip. You said you're going to show me a house, or we're going to go to later, where you've done many on the same street.
Absolutely.
As a house flipper, as a rehabber, if we can do multiple on one street, that's only helpful to us with resources and things like that. Is that something you try to do? How are you able to even do that? Because that seems to be a little tricky.
Well, that is my main focus. So I don't consider myself as a house flipper. I don't flip houses. I transform communities. And that is a difference in the mindset, in the way that I approach my business. I approach my business in that I'll create a target area, and all I need to do is get one house on that street. And then that is when my system kicks in of canvassing, knocking on doors, introducing myself to the neighbors, reaching out to all realtors in the city, letting them know that, hey, I'm going to be targeting this area. If you've got, just basically all of my many tentacles of not necessarily finding deals, but helping deals find me. That is my main goal. And it is not to just flip one house here or there. Ideally, if I can get the whole street, that's the goal. And sometimes it happens, and more than not, if I don't get it at the same time while I'm working on them then and there, they'll eventually come back. Like that transformation right there was 3 years ago. So here I am back on this same street 3 years later. And so if I bounce in and out of a neighborhood, that's fine. But as long as you can see that I've been in a neighborhood, that's really all that I'm concerned about.
When did that approach kind of click for you? When did, or was it always like that for you? You always wanted to do that? Or,
yes.
And if that was the case, then how did that come about?
I've always wanted to be a builder. I've always wanted to be a real estate investor, and I didn't want to do it on a small scale. And so a big part of my vision was not to just flip houses, but to transform communities, both making an impact in the community and an income for my company. And a big part of my system is how I find deals. And I'm not just casting a big, broad net to find deals. I'm doing it strategically and surgically because I want to concentrate all of my resources in one general area at a specific time and try to do as many houses as I possibly can. And so through my network of realtors, one of the biggest things for me is that I don't get most of my leads from like wholesalers or realtors. I'm very much integrated into the community here in the city of Clinton, being on the baseball board for the high school, sponsoring youth leagues, soccer teams, and, creating a relationship with the community that everyone knows that, hey, we've got a homegrown community transformer that's personally vested in the success of this city. My children go to school here. My business is here. I live here. My family and friends here. And every ugly house that I see is an opportunity for me to make the city better.
Wow. It's quite a different approach than most I talk to.
Yeah, because I think that the money comes when the impact is prevalent.
I think what I see though, Tyrone, and I commend you, I think it's great. I think a lot of people kind of jump in with similar thoughts, like, oh, I want to transform a community. And then you realize you get in there and the numbers are kind of like tighter than what you would have thought. And then you end up finding yourself cutting corners just to turn a profit and things like that. How do you avoid those kinds of things?
Well, Brian, I wish that I could tell you that it was just some type of magic and some type of special sauce that I had. It just came from me putting in the work. I was a home inspector. I became a licensed home inspector 7 years prior to me flipping my first house. I put in the work to learn what I needed to know to be at this level. And I did it strategically. I didn't really want to be a licensed home inspector. I just really wanted to know everything that I needed to know about a home as a savvy investor so that I can speak intellectually to contractors and subs and all of that. Ended up loving it. But being a licensed home inspector and then also becoming a contractor, I'm my own contractor, it allowed me to be able to, number one, know what I'm looking at when I see a house, and to be able to, and I don't want to use the word accurately, give a rehab estimate because there's no way you're going to get it accurate, but it helped me to be better than most. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Tyrone, thank you for kind of taking us through kind of Jackson, Mississippi a little bit, give us a little bit of a nugget. I want to take a look at this house. So
let's look at it.
I'm excited to look at it. Guys, stay tuned for the next one right on the other side of this break.
Stay tuned.
Let me ask you something. Who's in your corner? One of the biggest breakthroughs in my real estate journey came when I stopped trying to figure it all out on my own and I started surrounding myself with high-level investors who are actually doing deals and building real businesses That's why I created Board of Advisors, a curated mastermind for real estate entrepreneurs who are serious about growth. We're talking real conversations about cash flow, hiring, deal flow, burnout, and strategy, the stuff that actually moves the needle. We're meeting October 6th and 7th in Birmingham, Alabama. And if you've been feeling stuck or isolated, or like your business could grow faster with the right people around you, then I want you to go to boamastermind.com and enter that promo code podcast. That way you get a deep discount. That way you can join us. When I say deep discount, I really mean it. I'm literally only covering my costs to host the event. So go ahead and go to boamastermind.com, enter that promo code podcast. And I just want to be clear here, this isn't one of those flashy masterminds full of influencers trying to build their followings. This room is built for operators, real estate investors who want to scale their business, not their social media presence. Go to boamastermind.com, enter the promo code podcast, and meet me in Birmingham on October 6th and 7th. Tyrone, tell us what we got here.
So we have a fully renovated 4-bedroom, 2-bath home in one of the most sought after communities in Clinton, Mississippi. And I would just want to give you an opportunity to see how the transformation turned out.
Perfect. Can you give me an idea of what it looked like before?
Oh my God, just look next door. You'll see what it looked like.
Okay, I mean, that doesn't look terrible, right? It's got a metal roof. It's got some older looking siding.
It was terrible. It was old, outdated, rotten wood. It didn't have a garage door. It was just a carport. So we pretty much basically touched every inch of this home just to make it as close to new construction as we possibly could.
Okay. Well, you've painted the exterior. It looks like you've put a roof on it.
Yes.
You've done some nice landscaping out here.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on the exterior? Did anything pop up out here in the exterior that maybe you weren't prepared for?
No, we were prepared for everything. We knew that it was a carport. I always like to add garage doors. It didn't have any perimeter lighting. I always like to add floodlights on the exterior.
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay.
You said it was a carport?
Yes.
So hold on. How? Like, what do you mean? It was underneath a roof. Why didn't it?
It was just open.
Well, oh, why?
Because in this area, a lot of homes just have a place for you to pull under, and it's wide open.
I guess like that one over there?
No, that's a garage. Most
garage.
of these were converted. They were carports that were converted.
Oh, got you. Okay, interesting. Yeah. And a lot of them are metal roofs. Did this one have a metal roof?
This one did not have a metal roof on it. I think they got these metal roofs during the last hailstorm.
Oh, and it looks like you put a fence up too.
Yeah, I had to put an entire new fence up.
Are you prepared to do that?
I was not prepared to do that, and I'll show you why. The fence was the only surprise in this project. I wouldn't have had to put this fence up, but the house that neighbors me is a rental, and the owner of the house is a slumlord.
How so?
You'll see when you just take a peek over here at what their fence looks like.
Can I peek over?
Yeah, fence that he was not even willing to go half on for me to help him fix his fence. Wow. So this is not my fence. This is his fence.
This fence right here that you built.
I had to build a fence to cover up his raggedy fence.
Okay.
So this is what's on the other side of that.
Well, I'm not arguing with you here, but is that a slumlord because he has a bad fence?
You should see the house.
Okay. All right. When you go into some of these houses, some of them are actually really nice, and then the tenant's been there for 5, 7, 8, 10 years, and they've been completely torn up. I'm not defending this guy. I don't know who this guy is whatsoever.
Yeah.
So some of the slumlord stuff I'm a little skeptical of. Yeah. Not that it doesn't exist.
It exists.
It definitely exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you buy a house that's already terrible and you don't do anything to it except for moving people into it,
that's
tough. Slumlord.
That's tough right there. Okay. So we painted it.
Yeah.
We was there any like overgrowth out here?
All of it was overgrown. Yeah.
Well, it's nice grass.
We had to treat it, fertilize it, get it all, bring it back. You know, it wasn't like this. it was all grown up. You couldn't basically see hardly anything in the backyard.
But with putting up a fence when you didn't know that you were going to have to do it to begin with, most rehabbers are just going to kind of let that go.
Yes.
Because it has nothing really to do with the house. It is probably an eyesore, but it's just, hey, this is what you got. The house is awesome. So I'm not going to worry about this, what, $2,000 expense, $1,500 expense, whatever.
A little bit more than that, but their fence looked so terrible.
You just felt like you couldn't get around it.
I don't think that a buyer would have came and said, dang, this house is so amazing. Why didn't he just take the extra step to do that? I mean, I already spent what I was going to spend to make it awesome. And when I found out that the landlord was not going to be willing to share the cost for me to help him fix his fence, I didn't even have to ask. I could have just turned him into the city.
All right, well, let's get out of this
let's
August
go inside.
Mississippi heat.
Yeah, it's so hot out here. But
I didn't mean to rabbit hole there.
No, I like rabbit holes.
Okay, so we've got this beautiful house. It got some great curb appeal here. Yard looks great. Did you give any consideration? This tree's not in the way at all. It's not hanging over the house at all. Nothing wrong with this tree whatsoever. Did you give it any consideration to take it down?
Yes, I did. I gave it a lot of consideration to take it down, but we decided to just trim it up to make sure that none of the limbs were hanging over the house or near the home, just to kind of keep the neighborhood natural looking and to provide the front of the house with a little bit of shade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And which is what we're standing under, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What can you tell me about the inside of the house?
Yeah, so we've touched every part of this house. We've opened it up to give it a somewhat of a great room feel. Changed out all the light fixtures. We added some can lights. Tried to make the fireplace pop a little bit.
This right here was closed off?
Yeah, this was closed off, and you would walk into a formal dining room right off of the kitchen. So we just opened it up so that you can have the dining room right off of the kitchen, have the living room, and kind of give it that open concept feel in a 1978 house.
Yeah. And then the kitchen's kind of like in this little nook over here.
Yeah, galley style kitchen. This is where it was. Moving the kitchen anywhere else, it just wasn't going to be financially feasible or needed for a home in this price range. So we just kept the galley kitchen and just updated it. Butcher block, new cabinets, stainless steel appliances, and just made it new.
Yeah. Awesome. Beautiful. And then you got, what, laundry back here?
Yes. The laundry room is in the back.
Perfect. Because on the other side of this wall right here is the garage.
That is correct.
So there's really nothing you could have even have done, right?
No, it wouldn't have made sense to try to do anything additional to a kitchen like that in a $250,000 house when it's already darn near new construction anyway.
Gotcha. Tell me about this light fixture too. It looks like this is a little above and beyond.
Yeah, typically in my transformations, I will go a little bit higher in on my lighting package, just because a lot of the light fixtures that buyers in this price range, they're on Facebook, they're on Zillow, they're going into new construction homes, and they're seeing lights like this, never expecting to find the same fixture in a house that they can actually afford. I usually put these lights in all of my new constructions, but here I've started putting them in some of the more affordable homes, just so that buyers can experience luxury and affordability simultaneously.
Gotcha. Okay, and then we got some bedrooms and baths back here. How many bed and baths is it?
Yeah, so we've got 4 bedrooms and 2 fully updated bathrooms back here.
And then you chose, we're LVP throughout, except in the bathrooms.
Yes.
Where this is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Just the decision to go with LVP.
Yeah, the
seems to be pretty universal no matter where I go.
Sometimes I'll do carpet in bedrooms, but I just think that LVP is easier on the buyer If they do want the fabric, they can get a big rug or something. But it's just, easier to clean, less problems. I'll use typically LVP and a tile combination.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then, talk about the decision. This is a really, for a hall bath, this seems to be a pretty nice hall bath. A lot nicer than what maybe I'm used to looking at.
Yeah, typically I'm known for making inexpensive houses really nice just because that's what I'm intentionally trying to do, is to make luxury and affordability come together. A person that typically would have a hall bath like this would be in a $350,000 to $400,000 house. But I'm working diligently to continue to put things like that in houses that are a little bit more affordable. Like
how are you able to do that though, Tyrone? Because I mean, it's not like the price of things are less just because your price point at the end is less. Are you taking less profit?
You really want me to tell you my secrets? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, I mean, is there a secret?
Yeah, there is a secret, and it is my massive volume. I get wholesale labor rates from all of my subcontractors, and I get very good discounts on tile. And if I have 5 houses that I know that I got coming up, I can buy high-end materials in bulk at a good price, and I can put them in my high-end homes and my mid-grade homes as well.
Wow.
So it's all about volume.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 2 bedrooms and a hall bath.
Yep. And the 3rd bedroom there, guest bedroom.
Okay. All right.
There. And then this is the ensuite.
Here's we don't call it a master anymore. I guess
I call it a master, but everybody's so sensitive nowadays about everything, so I have to be careful. It is a master bathroom.
Okay. So you've got a tub surround in here, but you got tile in the hall bath. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
I just wanted the guest bathroom to appeal to the guests. I did the same design in here. I just used a surround on this wall instead of the tile all the way to the top.
Gotcha.
Because typically nobody's going to be back here except for the owners.
Correct. And you got a walk-in closet.
Yeah, walk-in closet.
It's very nice. So, Tyrone, you were talking about the numbers kind of a little bit as we go, but kind of take us through all the numbers. Like, what did you get it for? What did you put into it? And what's it listed for?
Yeah, I bought this house for $102,000. We put about 65 in it.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, and it was listed for $250 and is under contract. Basic. I got an offer in my inbox right now that I got to accept.
Okay, for full price.
Full price. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so after fees and after expenses, you're going to clear somewhere around 75. It sounds like
between 60 and 65.
Okay, gotcha.
I give my realtors a bonus.
Okay. So
wow. It's a win-win situation.
Now, is 60 to 65, is that a normal flip for you?
It's not. Typically in our area, it's usually between 30 and 35. This one was just one of those really good off-market deals that I got. That happened to be really good.
For $102,000, it's for sure really good.
Yeah.
How did you get the deal? How'd you find it?
The deal found me. Okay. I didn't find it. It was a situation whereas a fellow investor, a wholesaler that we do ton of deals together, said, I may have one in your city. I don't know why they think Clinton is my city, but
you only live in Clinton.
I only live in Clinton. And so came over, looked at it. No other investors had ever seen it, didn't know about it. And it's like, how much would you give for it? And I was like, I'd give this. And the seller accepted.
Anything else you can tell me about this house? There were no other surprises?
No surprises. The reason why I was so excited about this house in Clinton is because it did not have any foundation issues. It had no structural settlement.
And it's on a slab, right?
It's on a slab, yeah. Typically, most of the homes that I transform in the city of Clinton have foundation issues.
Interesting.
And
Even slabs?
even slabs.
Wow, you got to get into it.
Especially slabs.
Got to get into it to get the plumbing.
It's like open heart surgery, man, and it is expensive, and it adds about 45 days to your rehab timeline.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so I was just excited about this one because it was a win-win situation. The seller was tired. I was looking for a great deal here in Clinton, and it all worked out.
Perfect. Tyrone, thank you so much for taking us through this house.
Thank you.
We're going to go on to the next one, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
Tyrone, what do we got here? We got some acreage here for sure.
Yeah.
And you got a house here. And this, you told me a second ago, this is one you bought a little while ago, but you've been sitting on. So tell me about that.
Yeah, this was one that was just the deal that I just could not refuse. It's acreage. It's on 3 acres. It's a house and 3,000 square foot shop where the previous owner owned 18 wheelers. This is a pretty unique one here.
Okay. This is a private driveway and there's a gate right there. And then it's pretty much, I guess it's fenced all the way around, huh?
Yes, it is. All 3 acres.
So all 3 acres are fenced?
Yes.
So when you said you couldn't refuse it, let's just go ahead and go through the numbers because you haven't even started on this one yet.
Yeah, we've done some preliminary work on it, like cleaning the grounds up and getting it cleaned out. But yeah, the numbers were just insane. I was able to get it for $165,000. It's going to take about $100,000 in rehab for the house and the shop.
Okay.
And this property has pre-appraised for $350 already.
Wow, as is.
As is.
Wow. All right, so what is the value in the land then, or a little bit?
The value is in the land and a little bit of the house and the shop. The house is not in bad shape, no structural issues. It's just what something of this size, the land, will go for around.
Gotcha. And then that big old shop over there probably doesn't hurt either.
It added a lot of value to this property.
Interesting.
Yeah, it did.
All right. Well, let's you want to give us a tour?
Yeah, let's give it to her.
So you said you've done some preliminary work on the ground.
Yeah, mainly outside. The reason why it looks this decent is because we cleared it off. And
was it pretty bad?
Yeah.
How so?
I can show you how bad. You couldn't get in here because that bridge was washed out. That's a brand new bridge I had to build.
Oh. So you're already in it for some dollars then.
$40,000 bridge.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it was washed out. We had an engineer come out here. We had to literally build a whole new bridge.
Okay. Well, we're in it for 40 already.
Well, that was included in the 100. So I got 60 more grand to go.
60,000 to go, and it's going to be in this house right here.
Yes.
Now, are having bars on the windows, is that a normal thing?
It is a normal thing for certain properties that were built during a certain time, and then that people owned them during a certain time in Jackson and Hinds County. This house being out in a rural area, not a rural area, but being on acreage, I'm not sure if they necessarily needed bars. I think that was just a preference.
Okay, so you haven't really done anything in here, I assume, except just clean it out?
That's it. Yeah.
Because it doesn't look bad.
That's what I said. It's not a terrible house.
So what do you feel like you're going to need to do?
I'm going to put my touches on it, paint floors.
So you are going to take the floors up?
Get rid of some of the dated pillars and things of that nature. Yeah, I'll update it. It already has an open floor plan. I'll make it a little bit more of my flavor.
Okay, but you're going to take these floors up?
Yes.
Even the tile in here?
Everything.
Will you put LVP, I'm assuming, and are you going to put it over the top, or you're actually going to take these
I
up?
always go down to the slab. I never cover any floors with any other type of floor because at some point in the future, something's going to happen. So I just take the extra time to demo, get back to the original slab, do the actual prep for the floors to be able to lay the new floors just so that it doesn't give a homeowner a problem 5 to 10 years down the road.
And then here in the kitchen, you mentioned it's already open. It's extremely open already.
Yeah.
You're gonna take these bars out.
Yeah.
These I guess these
columns.
spindles.
Columns.
Columns. And then what is this? This is just like a little bar?
I guess so. It was something you can sit here.
You taking it out?
They had a lot of chairs and stuff there. So yeah.
You taking this out?
This is going to go away.
Oh, wow. This whole thing's going to go away.
Yeah.
Are you keeping an island or are you going to
Yeah, I'm going to keep the island.
Are you keeping cabinets?
Yes.
Cabinets look great.
Yeah.
What are you going to do in the kitchen? You're going to do countertops?
Yes. Countertops, appliances, new sink, some backsplash, kind of all the things that I would typically do.
Will you keep this stovetop on the island?
No, it's going to have to be replaced as well. It works perfectly fine only because it has a crack on the corner.
No, but will you go back to putting a stovetop here though?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah. Awesome. And then what's in here?
That's a huge laundry room.
So
oversized laundry room.
Wow.
With a pantry.
And then the door to the garage.
Yeah.
It's like a little mud room too, because you can come in from outside right there.
Right.
It's fine as is.
And that's why I bought it.
It's not flip worthy, but it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I had originally thought about keeping it as an office, having the house as an office, and making the shop my podcast studio. So now I'm going to just go ahead and transform it.
Gotcha. Okay. What do we got back here?
Guest bathroom right here.
Now, will you do the same thing you did in the previous house?
Yeah, that hall bath will look just like that other one.
Okay.
And then you got the 3 bedrooms. This one's only a 3-2, so you got the 2 guest bedrooms over here, and the master or the ensuite is back there.
Okay. And then again, all this is just going to go back with more luxury,
more LVP,
vinyl plank, and then even the carpeted walk-in closet is going to go back is going to go to LVP.
Absolutely.
But you'll do tile in the bathrooms, right?
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
This is a nice house. So let me ask you this though. So how long have you been sitting on it?
I've been sitting on this one for about a year.
No way. So is this a situation where you use your own money or you use private?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you'd use private money.
I couldn't sit on it for private money. I couldn't sit on it that long for private money. Okay. With private money, yeah, it wouldn't have made sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so.
And how do you, if you're going to use your own cash, is this straight cash or do you have a line of credit or how do you?
Straight cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Now, Tyrone, is this, we're going to replace a roof probably?
Yeah, we're probably going to
paint the exterior?
Yeah.
And then what about the garage door? It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's going to get repaired and painted.
Okay. So this is like for like an RV kind of.
Yeah, but he had 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
But it could definitely hold an RV.
18-wheeler.
Yeah, he had a semi-truck or whatever.
And then you've got like a little loft.
Yeah, it's a loft up there.
Here. Very nice. Yeah. You got like a little bathroom.
Yeah.
This is a very nice building.
Yeah, it is. And all the electrical works, all the plumbing. I've just got to put our finishing touches on it.
For something like this, I mean, is it really just one of those things where you're just going to clean it out?
Yeah, I'm going to clean it out, make sure everything's functional, make sure all of the insulation is proper. Insulation, plumbing, electrical, make sure the roof is good. Just make sure that everything is safe and functional and that there isn't anything that's broken or damaged.
You know, I guess maybe aside from the structure, this is kind of like a typical like flip for you. I mean, you had to do the bridge, you got this structure, but the house itself.
Yeah, it's, I don't have a typical flip. If it makes sense, I just do it. It doesn't have to be something that's, you know, a bridge. Oh no, I don't want to touch it. Or a big shop. Oh no, I don't want to touch it. If the numbers make sense, I can get anything done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful property. Now, having this thing for a year, I imagine you're coming out here, not you, but you're having a grass cut. You've got obviously taxes, you've got insurance, even though you paid cash for it, you still have your holding costs for a year are still going to be, it's not insignificant.
It's not insignificant, but it wasn't significant enough for me to worry about based on the value of the property. I mean, the property is already worth $300,000. I paid $165 for it. So, I mean, what, do I want to be greedy or do I want to have a great property to bring to the market at the appropriate time.
Now, was it a situation where you just had too much going on? Or what do you mean the appropriate time?
I wasn't sure if I wanted to sell this place or not. I wanted to keep it. So those, and I'm into properties with acreage. I'm really not interested anymore in that house that's, I am, but if I can have properties with acreage, that's what I would prefer. Strangely and oddly enough.
No. I'm with you. I think the older we get, the more we value something like that.
Yeah, I just value space and flexibility, and I value not having HOAs. Yeah, so.
Awesome. Tyrone, thank you for bringing us out here. I appreciate you showing us around.
Thank you for coming all the way from Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully I can get out there and learn some things from y'all.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks so much for listening to today's show. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you got any value today, please take 30 seconds and leave us a quick review. To get connected with me or to become a part of the Board Advisors community, go to boamastermind.com. That's boamastermind.com. We'll see you guys on the next one.